5, 4, 3. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the campus of Bedford High School here in Bedford, New Hampshire for today's Division I girls basketball action. Hitting the visiting Bishop Guertin Cardinals against the home team, the Bedford Bulldogs. Hello, everybody. My name is Jason Roby, and we're going to be streaming to you live here today with the highlight guys, Steve Cody and Deb Cody, on camera as we come live from Bedford High School. This is one of the marquee matchups that we're going to be seeing here in the state of New Hampshire this year as BG enters as the 5-time defending Division I state champions. Last year they were co-champions with Goffstown High School due to COVID shortening season. So those teams never got to meet, they never got to play, and as a matter of fact, this Bishop Guertin team was scheduled to meet Bedford in the semifinals before the state eventually shut things down. No question, this is the best rivalry in D1 girls basketball. There have been lots of great games between these teams over the years. Guertin beating the Bedford team in consecutive state finals in 2016 and 2017, and they knocked them out of the state semis in 2018 when they were undefeated at that point. As we mentioned, they were scheduled to face off in the semifinals last year before everything got canceled. Both teams are considered top 4 teams in the state here this year, as Concord High School and Pinkerton, the other 2 teams that we'll be keeping a close eye on. Now, this is a matchup of contrasting styles here. Bishop Guertin plays with their hair on fire. You're going to see a full court style pressing, fast break, etc. versus a Bedford size and strength. They like to play the half court game where they'll try to take advantage of their size down low. It's a great matchup, as we mentioned. The team that can dictate the tempo here has a big advantage. A bigger court here at Bedford, so you look to see if the Bulldogs can break that difficult press of the Cardinals. It is a toss-up game, we feel, between 2 traditional powerhouses, and likely one of the top games, as we said, that we will see here this year. As we mentioned, BG is the 5-time defending Division I state champions. They opened up the season with a 77-33 win on Friday night at Goffstown, while this is the Bulldogs' season opener. These Cardinals will be led by a deep and talented sophomore class, headed up by a preseason first-team All-State player, Megan Stack. She's a 6-foot lefty who had a triple-double against Goffstown to open the season. That included 21 points, 11 rebounds, 13 deflections, and 7 steals. Interesting thing of note here is the Bishop Guertin team is primarily made up of sophomores. You'll see a lot of 10th graders playing out here on the court today, including the starting 5. We know that Guertin will bring out Megan Stack, Kaylee McDonald, Brooke Paquette, Olivia Murray, and Caitlin Wheeler. You'll notice some of the COVID protocols in place here in Bedford as the chairs are all spaced out and masks are being worn by everybody here in attendance. Not to mention, attendance is very scarce, which is one of the reasons why we're going to be streaming live to you as many games as we possibly can here this year. Cheering is certainly allowed to be encouraged, but please be positive with your cheers, respecting the officials and athletes being here today. We also remind you that in compliance with the Virginia's no way sportsmanship policy, some of the COVID protocols being gone over here prior to the tip. Remind you to all parents in attendance, please keep your masks on the entire time. Keep social distance. And as is being mentioned, masks must be worn at all times. So it is our pleasure to bring this to you once again live on the Highlight Guy.
Number 1, Brooke Paquette.
Starters now being announced for the Cardinals. Brad Craik is the head coach, Kyle Tave the assistant coach. And now the Bedford Bulldogs starting 5. Sydney Grogan, Sophia Mumpini. That's number 20, Catherine Pennick. Number 31 is Lena McCarthy, a freshman. And another potential player of the year in Isabella King, number 30. And we'll rise now for the national anthem.
We ask that you now stand and remove your hats as we honor America with our national anthem, sung this evening by being recorded. Here we go.
All right, and we are ready for action here at Bedford High School. This is an NFL divisional round Sunday here. Interesting day to have a high school basketball game. A lot of folks will double dip today, get a chance to watch Bedford and Bishop Guertin, then get home and watch Tom Brady play for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as they take on the New Orleans Saints. The aforementioned young lady we spoke about, potentially the state's best player, Isabella King, first team All-State last year and the leading candidate for Player of the Year this year. She'll attend Patriot League powerhouse Bucknell on a full scholarship next year, so she is the real deal. COVID rules in effect, so no jump ball. We will just have the inbounds play from Guertin, and we're ready to get things underway. Ball be passed into the backcourt, and they bring it forward now. Guertin will set up their offense as they work it around motion. Good defense here. And the rebound early goes to King, and she starts to break up the left side. Gagnon now finds King again, gets a pick on the ball. King with a nice drive to the basket. We'll see if that height missed shot there by Lena McCarthy. Bedford with a quick steal. We have our first foul of the game with a reach-in. Guertin will extend the full three-quarter court pressure here in the straight man-to-man defense. We have another whistle. A sideline violation, so Guertin will get possession. And Bedford quickly checks into a man-to-man defense now. Guertin working it around the perimeter. There's Wheeler. Gets it over to Paquette. Paquette back up top to McDonald. McDonald in the corner to Wheeler. She drives. She's going to get called for the offensive foul. So a couple of quick fouls here on the Cardinals. 7:08 to play here in the first quarter. A 0-0 game now as Guertin extends the full court pressure. And Guertin will now fall back and pick up at half court. That's going to be something of interest there, is how well the Bulldogs will be able to break that full court pressure. And a great dribble drive there by Isabella King as she goes in and up with the left. Guertin on the other side quickly. And great recognition there. Megan Stack answers the call and is fouled. Chance for a three-point play now. So exactly what we thought. The two preseason All-State players in King and Stack. Stack makes the three-point play. 3-2, Guertin extends full court. And any way that Bedford can do it, they beat it. Going opposite. Good job to break that press now as they set up in their half-court offense. And a great pass underneath there as King finds McCarthy for a deuce. Ooh, forced up shot there. McCarthy coming down with the rebound. So far that height advantage playing a big role for the Bulldogs. Three-point shot, knocked down from the outside. That was number 13, Sophia Mampini. And another drive by the lefty there is no good. And that was Stack again. And the home roll, another three-pointer as the Bulldog lead is ballooned to 10-3. 7-point advantage now, 5:15 to play here in the first quarter. He'll pick on the ball. Nice skip pass there into the corner. Three-bagger, and it is good. That was number 24, Kaylee McDonald from the corner. So they're going to have to answer with those three-point bombs if they can't go in under the land of the Giants. And one opportunity there for Lena McCarthy. And if it's any indication thus far, Bedford going to try to take advantage of their height. We have our first sub of the game as Molly Smith will check in for the Cardinals. Back iron there from McCarthy. Guertin quick the other way. And that was Paquette who ran into McCarthy, did not give up any ground. And Bedford going the other way. Losing her dribble in the corner there. Good help on the double team underneath, but it doesn't matter as Lana McCarthy goes up and gets fouled, and a chance for another three-point play for Bedford. And just like we thought here at the beginning of this one, back irons that one as well. A little strong in the other going. Guertin on the run, has the numbers. And that ball will go out of bounds. Bedford quick to get back. Another substitute in for the Cardinals. And that's number 23, Kate Daly, as a couple of subs come in for Bedford as well. And that is Emma Kazajanski and Mariana Braga. Inbound play, and good denial defense there by the Bulldogs as they head the other way. Going baseline now, reverse layup. And they're going to say she got her on the arm as Emma Kazajanski went up for the reverse layup and got fouled. So she'll go to the line for a pair for Bedford. First one is good. Kazajanski is a junior. Lead stands at 9, but Kazajanski gets her own rebound underneath again. And they have no answer right now for Lena McCarthy. She is having her way on that box for the Bulldogs. The dribble drive met there, kick out three, no good. Offensive rebound for the Cardinals. They work it around, backdoor cut. Oh, good, get her head up. And that's going to be the first foul call there on Lena McCarthy. It's a 17-6 game here in the early going. very young Guertin squad. That one rattles in and out. Second one is good. They're going to get a travel call there, and rightfully so. A good pickup at half court. And that looked to be Brooke Paquette. Force that travel. Bedford will extend their pressure and pick up at half court. Guertin running their motion offense. Backdoor cut is double team. Leather souffle out of my kitchen, said Lena McCarthy. Cardinals going to have their work cut out for them here today underneath. And again, they're double teaming there on the box. And as a result, the opportunistic Bulldogs making things happen. A very green Guertin team here, no pun intended. A lot of young players on this Cardinal squad. Steal there. Kicked around. Dribble drive on the baseline. Can't control it. Stolen by McCarthy. Bedford will head the other way with Player of the Year candidate. And they're going to call King on the travel, on the turnover. So good quick feet there by the Guertin defense to force that turnover. 17-7. The lead is 10 right now for the Bulldogs as they prepare to pick up half court. Dribble drive into the baseline. Good quick hands there. They're going to call it jump ball. Possession will go Bulldogs' way. Olivia Murray, or rather Mariana Braga with quick hands. Bedford will take their time. You can't beat that press with the dribble. Guertin will fall back, pick up at half court. And they're going to call the forearm push there. Looked like Sydney Grogan was getting a little forearm shiver. So she will go. We have a sub coming in now for Bishop Guertin. That is number 12, Hannah Lynch. 5'11" freshman for the Cardinals. Grogan hits the first of 1-1. And she'll get ready to take the second. That one's going to be short, front iron, but offensive rebound there for the Bulldogs. And a great job finding down low. Lana McCarthy is having a career night here in the first quarter. And Brad Craig going to call timeout and talk things over with 2:42 to play here in the first quarter. The Bulldogs up 13, 20-7. No answer for the Cardinals underneath. And now we have a question as to which team called the timeout. So preseason or early season So 20-7, our score here. Antoine Thomas in the house. And as was mentioned, the Bedford Bulldogs are taking their timeout in the far corner of the gym. There's just nobody here, so the voices travel very easily. So fold that note into 16ths and pass it around and hide it under the desk. 20-7. Not a position that the Guertin Cardinals are familiar with over the last 5 years, certainly in Brad Craig's tenure as head coach of the Cardinals. He has not faced very many 13-point deficits in the first quarter of the game. The size advantage, what we thought would be a problem for the Cardinals, is definitely the case in the early going here, as Lena McCarthy has 10 points alone in the first quarter and is playing great defense and getting on the boards. As a steal, and that was a ball that looked like Kaylee McDonald let it go, and Sydney Grogan was going to try and keep it in play. Okay. Not quite sure what that was. There was a foot tack to fire as the ball's kicked around into the corner. Dribble drive on the baseline, double team there. They're going to call an offensive foul. That's great positioning by Emma Kazajanski. So Guertin will extend the full court again, and thus far Bedford has had an answer. They will just reverse field until there. Guertin getting their first steal on that press. A dribble drive. Looked like that could have been an offensive foul, but no call as Brooke Paquette goes to the floor. Guertin going to be fortunate there to get possession. 20-7, 2:08 to play here, as number 13, Sophia Mumpini, will check back in for the Bulldogs. Bedford will pick up man-to-man defense just over half court, pick ball side. Thus far, Bedford has shown a great ability to help down low, and Guertin has had no answer. And they're going to call a foul there on Emma. Looked like Emma Kazajanski with a hold. Or rather, that could have been Sydney Grogan, excuse me. One thing you'll notice too here is that all the athletes are wearing masks all the time on the floor. This world of COVID-19 that we live in has made it as such. Great help defense there. The dribble penetration, standing there waiting for, was Lana McCarthy. Into the corner it goes, three-bagger. Side iron, rebound there. No good for Paquette. Another steal there, and a bad pass, but contested at the rim by McCarthy, and Bedford will come the other way. Nice pull-up jumper there by Isabella King, a candidate for Player of the Year here in the state of New Hampshire. And what has gone wrong for the Bulldogs, or rather for the Cardinals, in every phase of the game thus far, as getting a nice rest is McCarthy. She'll check out. Nice backdoor cut there. Spacing underneath the bottom of the backboard, an issue, so we'll get a jump ball. Possession will go to Guertin. Well, I guess they're going to give it to, yeah, green ball. Thank you very much. I'm not right that often, but I am undefeated from up here in the stands. All right, checking in now for the Cardinals is Caitlin Wheeler, a 5'10" sophomore, another sophomore for the Cardinals. And that attempt no good, offensive rebound, but we're going to get another jump ball. Isabella King going up, getting that rebound. Was grabbed by Guertin. Possession will go the way of the Bulldogs. They break the press with ease, a 2-on-2. We'll see if she pulls up, she does. Gets it out to King, who skips it around. Grogan will pop it, rebound there, and getting on the floor. The hustle points definitely thus far going to the Bulldogs. Playing with something to prove here this evening. Bedford definitely the more aggressive team here thus far. Ball skipped around to the outside. Nice ball fake, and we're going to get another offensive foul. Great ball fake by Hannah Lynch. Got her defender up, drove to the hoop. Good help defense and quick feet by the Bulldogs. And a great play there by number 20, Catherine Pennick, as she'll get a well-deserved rest, and checking back in is Lana McCarthy. McCarthy gets it over to King. King with the dribble drive and a well-designed play. Lana McCarthy again standing all alone by herself. And finally a good play underneath as Molly Smith, the beneficiary of a nice bounce pass. Ball going to go out of bounds there. Guertin will get possession. 24-9 here in the first quarter. 5.2 seconds left. 15-point lead for this Bedford Bulldog team on a Sunday afternoon. And forcing up one there was Paquette as time was running out. So mercifully, this first quarter comes to an end. Your score, the home team, the Bedford Bulldogs, racing out to a 24-9 lead, giving Guertin everything they can handle and more. Now, this is a Bedford team that has some upperclassmen that have been here before, and also sprinkling in some freshmen that are doing great work underneath. And you have to point to Lana McCarthy as she ended the first quarter with 12 points, not to mention the defensive help she gave and the rebounds she garnered, and just a great first quarter for the Bulldogs. And head coach Kevin Gibbs has to be pretty excited about what he has seen thus far in the young season from his team. This is, as we mentioned, Bedford's first game of the year. Bedford will be playing, I believe, according to my records, Bedford will host Concord High School at 6:30. On Tuesday, while Bishop Guertin will be home against Londonderry. Concord High School is 2-0. They've beaten Alvern a couple of times. One of the things they're doing now is the home and home series for for all teams. But this is a game that Brad Craik really wanted on his schedule with his young squad. Felt it was important with no out-of-state competition here this year. Was going to be important to play a team like Bedford. And sometimes you get what you wish for, as King will shoot from the outside, and the lefty bangs a three-pointer home. Does Isabella King. The senior captain has 8 points now. Paquette getting her pocket picked by Sydney Grogan. And a great matchup there at half court by the two number 11s, Mariana Braga and Olivia Murray, going at it. Guertin will get possession. And what we are seeing thus far, and I think the difference in this game, at least to my eyes, is the defense and the help from Bedford. As we get a push out of bounds, Bedford will get possession. Bedford getting to a lot of those loose balls, and as a result, King will go to the line. But the half-court game of Bedford, once they've been able to break that Guertin press, has really been the difference thus far. King knocks down the first. As Molly Smith will check back in for Kaylee McDonald. King gets them both. 5 points in the early going for the senior captain. 29-9, a 20-point lead for Bedford. As a drive to the basket by Caitlin Wheeler. She'll get fouled, but the one thing I want you to note there is there were 3 defenders waiting for Wheeler as she drove the lane. This Bulldog team and their help defense really making a lot of difference. Wheeler will knock down the first. And gets the second. 29-11 now for the Bulldogs. Looking for the double pass to the out of bounds. And another steal there by Guertin. 3-bagger, can't get the shooter's roll. And there was McCarthy to get that rebound. So she is the difference. Could have been a carry call there, nothing. Good box out position by the Cardinals, but they have nothing to show for it as Mumpini now gets the ball back up top to King. King, a left-hand dribble drive, gets some help underneath. The scoop shot off the glass for King. Answering quickly on the other end there was number 30, Caitlin Wheeler. So Wheeler with 4 points in the early going of the second quarter. A 31-13 advantage in the second quarter for Bedford. 6:33 to play here in the first half. Jason Roby along with the highlight guy, Steve Cody and Deb Cody on the camera, bringing the action to you on a Sunday afternoon from the campus of Bedford High School. Would not be surprised to see these two teams meet again later on in the year. Come tournament time, as many people think this is the best rivalry in the state, although it hasn't been close here today. Good post-up position down low by McCarthy, and a great in pass from Sophia Mumpini, and they just have no answer. They tried to front McCarthy, and they just threw it over the top. Paquette now behind the back, and a great left-handed shot contested at the basket there by Emma Kajansky. Mumpini can't get the shooter's roll. Guertin now will try to run. Bedford gets back. Good transition defense there as Guertin will skip it around the perimeter. Behind the back goes Paquette. She'll find Wheeler in the corner. Wheeler dribbles in towards the paint. Shot. Back iron there, but rebound. Oh, can't get the and one, but Wheeler with the offensive rebound goes up and under. Gets fouled, so she'll be rewarded with a pair. 33-15, 5:20 to play here in the first half. Wheeler back irons the first. Couple of subs coming in for Guertin. It's going to be Kate Daly checking in for Brooke Paquette. Wheeler misses the second. So foul shooting woes there for Wheeler as Bedford quickly gets up the floor, finding Isabel King in the corner. 9 points for King here in the second quarter. 35-15 now. 20-point advantage for the Bulldogs. Top of the key, whipping it around, elbow extended. And they're going to call it on the arm there. It'd be interesting to see who they call that foul on, because it looked like McCarthy got all ball. Yeah, they're going to call the foul on Guertin, I believe. But great help defense there again by the Bulldogs. First free throw is good for Wheeler. As Wheeler hits the second. Checking in now for Guertin is Maddie Bowen. And number 2, Ava Dubois for the Bulldogs. Down on the box. Oh, can't get the roll. Position there and good rebound by number 34. Just checking into the game, Maddie Bowen gets it out to the corner. No good there from Molly Smith. Trap in the corner. They reverse it. Grogan now finds Dubois. Dubois gets it to Mumpini, who then got it to Grogan, who then found guess who? Lana McCarthy, who must have been saying, don't forget about me, guys. I've been having my way down here all afternoon long. And that lead has hovered around the 20-point differential for much of the afternoon. 37-17 now, 4:17 to play here in the first half. Very quiet here in the Bulldog Gymnasium as COVID rules have limited the attendance. And as we mentioned before, all athletes, all participants, all officials, coaches, spectators, announcers must wear their masks here. So Bedford will fall back. There'll be no pressure as Kyle Tave and Brad Craik talk it over near the scorer's table. Looks like Bedford trying to get a sub in at the last minute. Marina Braga, one of the captains. She'll check in for Sydney Grogan. So Grogan will, looks like it's a potentially a cut that they have to check out, so that's why she had to come out of the game. Paquette now whips the ball around to Kate Daly, and we get a quick whistle there as they tried to get the ball in to Hannah Lynch. Should be a 1-and-1 situation here for Lynch, and it is. Hannah Lynch, a 5'11" freshman. And a rainmaker there from Lynch. Fell out of the clouds and hits nothing but the bottom of the net. Hits the second. So 37-19 now as Guertin extends that full court pressure. And they were ready for that little backdoor pass. Goes off a Guertin defender. They find King, she'll skip it. And a nice bounce pass there. Mumpini will settle things down. Dubois now back to Mumpini. She dribbles the top of the key. They skip it over to Braga. Braga will drive baseline and will get a foul. Feet not quite quick enough as they could not block off that baseline. So 1-and-1 situation now for Marina Braga. A senior. Senior goes around the world and hits the first. Aaron Moore's now checking in for the Cardinals as Braga gets the home roll. Bedford again will fall back and pick up the defense on their own end. Nice bounce pass in there. They tried the double team. Guertin's got to make that shot if they're going to stay anywhere close in this game. They are doubling down on the low box, and Guertin going to have to knock down some shots. That was Maddie Bowen from the corner. They're not going to get many second chance opportunities with the likes of Isabella King and Lana McCarthy down there. King, pull up. Ice cold, man. She is good. Shooter's touch. Dribble drive there. And again, you saw 3 Bulldogs there to contest that layup. So it looks like McCarthy going to pick up another foul. That is either her second or third, as looks like Grogan is going to check back in for Bedford, as is Sophia Leguillon, and they get McCarthy out. Bowen knocks down the first. Bowen hits the second. Here comes the full court pressure, and that's how you break it. You skip it across the other side of the gym. They don't have the numbers, so they'll set it up. Mumpini gets it back around to King. She'll loft a 3. Nothing there, but offensive rebound for the Bulldogs. Good quick hands there by the Guertin defense as they try the trap. And just a little too much mustard on that hot dog as Mumpini was alone, but that pass sailed over her head. 41-21, 2:28 to play here in the first half. Guertin down 20. Kicked out. 3-pointer, did she call glass? 3-point shot for Hannah Lynch. Guertin will extend that pressure, and a near steal there as Paquette got her hand into the passing lane, knocked it out of bounds. Bedford will get possession. They'll get it into the hands of their best player, Isabella King. And she'll set things up from the top of the key, goes behind the back, nice bounce pass there. And a great pass to Mumpini. That came from number 14, Sydney Grogan, with a great pass. And it looks like that's going to be a foul call on Sophia Leguillon. She got her hands on Bowen, so Bowen will head back to the line for a couple. Bowen will make the first. Don't want to jinx her, but Maddie Bowen giving a free throw clinic here. Nothing but the bottom of the net. And again, Guertin will come with the pressure. They find it, foul line extended. Well done on the press break. They have the numbers. Mumpini will pull up. Johnny on the spot there was King with the offensive rebound. Guertin getting killed on the boards here. Block shot there, contested, but Mumpini underneath. So even when the Guertin defenders block a shot, the Bulldogs hustling to get the rebound. Mumpini will be rewarded with a couple of free throws. She'll front iron the first. 1:22 to play here in the first half. 43-26 Bedford. Mpini hits the second. Mpini with a couple of three-pointers here so far this afternoon and knocking 1 of 2 down from the free throw line. Got to be careful of that backcourt violation there with Paquette. And she's open on the backdoor cut, but they don't find her. Would have been well to keep driving to the hoop there. And they work it around the perimeter. And once again, looking for any seams in the defense was Brooke Paquette, and she drove and got fouled. So she'll go to the line for a couple. Does not get the friendly roll on that one as Mpini checks out and Braga will check back in. Paquette cannot get either one of those to fall as Bedford gets the rebound. Oh, looked like it could have been a travel call there, but nothing called. Down on the block, nice left hand half hook. What a nice shot there by number 23, Sophia LaGuillion. And another steal there by Bedford. And they'll slow things down as they get it into the corner. And that's going to go out of bounds, so Guertin will get possession. Checking back in now for the Cardinals is number 30, Caitlin Wheeler. 46-26, 27.3 seconds left to play here in the first half. We'll see if Guertin holds on for the last shot or if they're trying to get... Oh, little lapse in defensive judgment there as Paquette drives the lane and gets 2. They could get a 2-for-1 here. If they could get another turnover, they're going to call a double dribble. And just as we said, 9.6 seconds left here in the first half. 46-28 now. Guertin with a chance to cut into this Bulldog lead with this last possession. We'll see what they can do with just under 10 seconds left. Skip pass into the corner, 3-shot. No good, offensive rebound again at the buzzer. And no good, couple of good looks there. Caitlin Wheeler had 2 of them at the end of the first half. Neither one would go. Kind of the story for the Cardinals here in the early going at the end of one half of play here from Bedford. Your score is 46-28. And this is a Bedford team that definitely came out here with something to prove today, as Isabella King, the potential player of the year here in the state of New Hampshire, had a great first half. She had 16 points in the first half, and boy, you have to be impressed with what you saw from Lena McCarthy, the freshman center for the Bulldogs. 16 points of her own, no answer from the Cardinals for that height advantage. Jason Roby calling the action live here from the campus of Bedford High School. And we are streaming with the highlight guy, Steve Cody, Deb Cody on the camera. Those of you watching at home, the live stream. And this is one of the bigger Bedford High School teams I have seen from a height standpoint. This is a team that really, with the inside-outside presence, they're going to give teams a lot of fits here this year. And I think if you're Brad Craik, you have to look at this as a learning experience for your basketball team. And as we look at the Guertin roster, 8 sophomores on this Guertin roster, 3 freshmen, 3 juniors and 1 senior. Charlotte Sullivan, the only senior on this Guertin team. And when you take a look at the Bulldogs, we've got King, who's a senior. Christina Braga's a senior. Mariana Braga's a senior. Four juniors. A couple of sophomores who are also getting time. We saw Dubois and Grogan, the sophomores. Sophia LeGuillon, along with Lana McCarthy, 2 freshmen that are really playing quite well here in the early going. So we're going to take a step away for a couple of minutes here. 6:37 and counting before we start the second half from Bedford High School. We'll be back after this.
It's awesome, yeah. The feedback is when it gets really loud in here, our internal mic is too sensitive and it's picking a lot of noise up. So we're trying to figure out how to lower the internal mic.
Right now I have them unplugged and I'm not picking up any audio.
Let's
So
see.
it must be going through your.
Just turn it on.
Yeah, because I turn your audio up. I think it's you have to adjust it through the computer. Because when they said that you can hear ambient audio, like I just unplugged it, but my internal mic is off.
Yeah.
So
You have to unplug it with internal, so you don't have to unplug that.
no, it's just another setting to turn it on. Yeah, like right now there's no audio. It says unplugged, so it must be coming through his mic. Right now? But there's no audio level. My audio level is still. It's probably coming through. I can still hear it right now. Do you have a mic on your thing?
So I just disabled.
See my audio? I have too off. It's just coming from there. Is it still here? Oh, it's still.
Blow the buzzer and they'll go to the bench. Say again. Test 1 2 1 2. Testing testing. Check 1 2. Hello hello. Good. Steve, we good? Deb, are we good? Can we go? All right, welcome back here to Bedford High School, campus of the Bulldogs. And they have taken a 46-28 halftime lead on the defending champion Bishop Guertin Cardinals. Unfamiliar territory to this Cardinal team, as the second half will start with an inbound pass from Guertin. We'll see how this Cardinal team reacts to this huge deficit here. This is where you find out about yourself. This has been a team that has been out in front most times against most opponents, and Bedford more than happy to return the favor here in the early going of the 2020-2021 season. Another offensive foul. And by my count, that's at least 4 offensive fouls against the Cardinals, as Mumpini will look to inbound the ball. Gets it to King. Goes behind her back to the left. Into the key. Goes up with the left. Can't get it to fall. Offensive rebound there by McDonald. They'll lose the ball but get it back. Scramble on the floor. And it looks like they're going to call Mumpini on the foul. So Guertin will take it out underneath. See what kind of out of bounds play Coach Craik has dialed up for the Cardinals. No scoring yet here in the third quarter. Long inbounds pass goes up top to McDonald. She tries to go to Paquette. Ball's turned over, but very quickly Lana McCarthy returns the favor. So sloppy play from both teams here early in the second half. Paquette will start things up, top of the key. Murray now, dribble drive, penetrate between the legs, around the back, goes up cannot get it to go, but she is fouled. So Olivia Murray going to go to the charity stripe for a pair here. Murray, the 5'8" sophomore. Looking for her first points of the afternoon. Guertin having some issues at the free throw line here. Murray misses both. McCarthy had something to do with the Bulldogs getting that rebound. Surprise, surprise. Montini now tries to get the ball over the top and does. They're going to call it travel first, and a good call. There was decent help defense there by the Cardinals. They're going to need to continue to do that to thwart the presence of McCarthy underneath. Ball skipped around now behind the back, and throwing one up again is Olivia Murray, and she gets fouled. So she'll go to the line with a chance to atone for the last two that she missed. Murray, a good offensive drive there, creating her own offense, hits that first shot as Montini will check out and Marina Braga will check back in for the Bulldogs. And nice job there by Murray. She hits a couple. Bedford trying to break the press. One-on-one situation here. Gets a generous bounce, does McCarthy. 48-30, front iron on that three-point attempt. As King now reverses, goes between her legs, throws up the left, does not get it. Guertin with the numbers here. They slow it down and now try to make something happen. And another offensive foul called on the Cardinals. That is either the fifth or sixth player control foul that I've seen here this afternoon. Great defensive positioning by the Bulldogs. Guertin trying to force that turnover. Cognizant of the 10-second violation, King finally gets it over. Now looking to front and back. McCarthy. Keep our eye on that matchup underneath for the Bulldogs. Great dribble penetration there. Creating her own offense was Sydney Grogan as she gets fouled going to the hole. So she'll get a couple of free throws, Will Grogan. Once again, eerily silent here. Missing the first one, I think both of these teams will be spending some time at the charity stripe in practice. Grogan hits the second. Bedford will fall back. 49-30, a 19-point lead. 30-second timeout for Bishop Guertin. 5:29 to play here in the third quarter from Bedford High School. The Bulldogs with a 19-point advantage. So it looked like Guertin had some answers with a fronting and an over-the-top defender on McCarthy there. We'll see if they try to exploit that again. And the one thing I'm seeing here is from it almost looks like two different speeds at times for this Guertin team. When they play fast and explosive, they are a tough team to handle. When they don't, some of that is Bedford, but some of that is maybe self-imposed. We'll see what they do here with 5:20 to go. Nice backdoor cut there. And good movement, but a ball stolen by McCarthy down in the low post. Paquette can't stop the penetration. When you can't stop the penetration, you have to help defense, and that leaves McCarthy open for another easy bucket. 3-point shot there from the corner is knocked down, and it couldn't have come at a better time for Caitlin Wheeler. Guertin again extending the pressure. They're going to say she was on the line. They'll give the ball back to Bedford, I guess. And they reverse it very well. McCarthy do well to bring it out. She does. Bedford set up their half-court offense. King being pestered there. Could have been called for a travel. Stopped just inside the key, looking for a backdoor cut. And good help defense there by Megan Stack. She was in the right place at the right time to garner that steal. Bulldogs will fall back and pick up at half court. (51-33), 4:15 to play here in the third quarter. And guess what? Another player-controlled foul. It's almost as if Bedford knows where Guertin's going, and they are beating him to the spot every chance they get. King will break this press by herself. And they're going to call offensive going the other way, and I thought there, King had McCarthy all by herself on the opposite block, but she wanted to take it herself. And as a result, called for the player-controlled foul. Guertin will work it around the perimeter. Pick for the ball and roll. A lot of one-on-one matchups. Paquette in the corner, back irons it. King with the rebound for the Bulldogs. Getting pestered there by McDonald. And they're going to call a timeout. Coach Gibbs not liking what he was seeing there as King looking for some help. 51-33, 3:28 to play here in the third quarter. 18-point lead for the home team, the Bedford Bulldogs. They've hovered around a 20-point advantage for much of the afternoon and have sustained that here in the early going of the second half. Body language telling the story here from these two teams as Bedford looks like they have a hop in their step, and Guertin at times looks a little shell-shocked. But if I know Brad Craik like I do, and I know Kyle Tave like I do, whatever happens here today will be used as a learning experience, and this team won't be down for very long. As Paquette gets called for the reach in there. McCarthy goes in, gets caught in no man's land underneath the hoop, forces one up. Guertin will run the other way, spotting up. Paquette, dribble drive, right hand, kiss off the glass. Full court pressure again extended. They're trying to get the trap in the corner. They can't get it. Bedford will reverse it and intercepted there down on the block. Again, Stack with a great steal, but she's going to get trapped. And they're going to call a foul on Bedford for a reach in there, Marina Braga. Not a whole lot of scoring as of late. We'll see if Guertin can chip into this Bedford lead on this possession. Good patience by McDonald as she finds Murray. Murray back to McDonald. McDonald, too much mustard on that hot dog. A nice drive and a Johnny on the spot rebound there. Offensive rebound for Megan Stack as she puts one in. But all alone on the other end, can't get it to go. She was contested there. Was Pennick. And another steal. Back and forth we go. Answering the call there, Isabella King. Goes all the way with the left and lays it up and in. 53-37 now for the Bulldogs. Wheeler finds Stack down on the baseline. A nice dipsy-do up and under for Stack. Stater makes a nice play there. Good help defense on the baseline. Pull-up jumper there, no good for King. Rebound by McCarthy. A good box out there by Caitlin Wheeler. And because of that box out, McCarthy going to get called again for the foul. Checking back in for the Cardinals, number 1, Brooke Paquette, number 34, Maddie Bowen. And as a result of that foul, that'll put them in the 1-and-1 bonus here. So Kaylee McDonald with a chance to cut into this lead. Nothing better than cutting into the lead when the clock is not running. McDonald knocks down the first. And gets the second. And again, Guertin extending the pressure, and she traveled. They trapped her down in the corner. Sydney Grogan travels, and don't look now. It was once a 20-point lead, is now down to 12. From downtown, back iron, rebound there, McDonald. Bedford on the run. They don't have the numbers. Kazajansky slows it down, gets it back up top to Grogan. Grogan now looking to penetrate, looking for some help. Dishes down near the baseline. Mumpini now reversing back to Grogan. Grogan. Back iron there was Pennick. Kazajansky will get the rebound. Bedford will set things back up. Looking to clear the floor. Finding McCarthy on a nice little baseline jumper. Won't go for her, but Mumpini with the offensive rebound. Good help defense there by Guertin as they head the other way with some numbers. Nice backdoor cut. Good bounce pass in the paint. The kick out, the shot. I thought she would have shot it there, but she didn't. 25 seconds, 53-41. And a great play there by Megan Stack. Stack having a good third quarter. Had been relatively silent up until now. 13 seconds to go here in the third quarter. 10-point lead now. Up and under. Foul will be called on the floor, I believe. So 8.5 seconds left. No, they're going to say she was in the act of shooting. Oh, it's a 1-on-1 situation. My apologies. Carby hits the first, earning a second. Can't get the second to go, and Guertin comes away with the rebound. 6 seconds to go. Paquette will fire it away. It looked like Grogan got a piece of it. 54-43 as we head into the final frame. 11-point lead for the Bulldogs. So Guertin chipped away at it a little bit here. Like the fight, it has to be something you can build on, and we'll see how they respond with 1 quarter left to play here from Bedford High School. So you have 8 minutes left to go here in regulation. And if you're Brad Craik, Kyle Tave, and the rest of the Guertin staff, you have to like what you saw there in the second half. We'll have to see if they have enough gas in the tank to continue to play at that frenetic pace. This would be a spectacular comeback for the Cardinals if they were to find themselves on the high side of the scoreboard with 8 minutes to go here in regulation. And again, Guertin now playing with a little bit more swagger than they had. And again, body language, especially in high school athletics, speaks volumes. And you can see it in the effort of play right now. Great pressure defense there. King finds a way into the paint, finds McCarthy. Nice spin move by McCarthy. Can't get it to go, gets her own rebound. Pestered there. We're going to get a travel call, and Guertin will get possession. So good aggressive play underneath the hoop there by the Cardinals. They'll bring things back the other way. Bulldogs will pick up at half court. Paquette now. Finds McDonald. McDonald found Bowen. Bowen went in to Stack. Guertin will get possession underneath the hoop. In order for Guertin to make a run at this, they're going to have to find Megan Stack. She's going to have to be a big part of this fourth quarter. Another offensive foul there. That sounds like a broken record. Kaylee McDonald drove the hoop. It looked to these eyes like Megan Stack may have been open on the back end of that. But regardless, McDonald will get called for the foul, and that ball goes out of bounds, so that pressure pays off for Guertin as another turnover is forced. Guertin needs to come away with some points from this possession. And a nice backdoor. It was good help defense on Stack. Ball bounced back out of bounds, and the Cardinals will get another shot at it. Well-designed inbound play with good backside help from Bedford. Well played all around as Bowen drives the hoop, can't get it to go. Mumpini fighting there. And another jump ball. Possession will go Bedford's way this time. Olivia Murray will check back into the game. Kate Daly will get a rest. Step slow there was Paquette on that help. Coming the other way, they're going to call a reach in. I don't think she likes the call, nor do I. Looked like they got Megan Stack for a reach in. We'll see if they call it on Stack, and they do. And head official going over to have a conversation with Brad Craik. Not sure they're making dinner plans for after the game. That was Stack's fourth foul, so 7 minutes to play. Gotta be real careful there. go in and make something happen, forcing the shot. Nothing but white shirts underneath. Pull-up three-pointer there for King. She gets her own rebound. Seems to have been the case all afternoon long here. That ball goes into the backcourt, but it was hit there by McDonald. They're going to call McDonald on a reach here. Coach Craig can't believe it. So, after all is said and done, still we sit at 54-43, 6:40 to play here in the final frame. Sydney Grogan now. First. Be important for the blocks out here. They blocks out, and as a result, McDonald comes away with the rebound. Paquette now finds Stack. Stack, the angle to the basket was cut off there by McCarthy. Nice backdoor cut and pass. McDonald to Stack. And it looks like we got another jump ball. Possession's going to go Guertin's way. 54-45, 6:19 to play here. Don't look now, the lead is into single digits, folks. So if you went downtown to get a pizza or a sandwich, you're missing quite a game here. As Guertin will not go quietly into that night. And Bedford going to call timeout and talk it over. 6:19 to play here in regulation. The Bulldogs 54, the Cardinals 45. And it really has not been this close of a game until about halfway through the third quarter. Bedford having their way with this young Cardinal team, and it's almost as if they flicked the switch and changed the demeanor with which they were playing. They changed their speed, they changed their tempo. We talked about body language speaking massive volumes, and sure enough, as a result, the Cardinals have chipped away at this lead, knocked it down into single digits with 6:19 to play. And again, during regular times, you would expect to see this gymnasium full of students and parents and fans just cheering. And it is just so quiet in here. Takes some getting used to, no doubt about it. So Guertin has possession. We'll see if they can chip away even more. And they'll get the ball into their playmaker, Megan Stack. Paquette wants her down on the baseline, posting up on the box. They'll whip it around. McDonald finds Bowen. Bowen gets it underneath. That's Paquette with a scoop shot and in. Great ball movement there by the Cardinals. Big defensive possession here for the Cardinals. 54-47, 7-point lead now for the home team. King trying to make something happen, get some help defense. They're going to call it for the travel. As it looked like Stack came over on the help defense, caught King off guard, and King dragged that pivot foot. Bowen will check out, and Molly Smith will check back in, the 5'8" sophomore. McDonald now gets the ball in. They kick it back out. Three-bagger, no. Guertin needed that one. It was online from Murray, and a great recognition there by Stack. She felt the double team, found the open passing lane, and gave it up to Murray. Nothing to show there, though. Here comes Bedford. They reverse the floor against the trap and press of Guertin. Defense extended there. They find, they're going to call another travel. So a great ball fake there by Kesajanski, but she dragged her feet and as a result get called for the travel. 5:06 and counting to play here in regulation. 54-47 Bedford. Paquette finds Stack. Stack dribble drive into the left and it's going to get called. And I believe that was number 20, Catherine Pennick, who's getting called for the hold. So Stack going to go to the line for a pair. Stack knocks down the first. McCarthy will check back in. She gives Mumpini a break. Mumpini gets nice recognition from her teammates. All important rebound here from McCarthy. And she gets it. Guertin picking up at half court. Good pressure there by Murray. Pull-up jumper, falling just short there for King, and Guertin comes the other way. They have the numbers with a 3-on-2. Would have been wise to give it up on that backdoor baseline. Here comes King the other way. Dishes it back out into the corner. Kesajanski. Kesajanski missed that one, and it looks like Guertin going to go back to the free throw line. And this is the person you want at the line if you are Bishop Guertin. Megan Stack, senior captain. Stack knocks down the first. The lefty with a nice touch there. And gets the second. Great, terrific backspin. Guertin picking up the full court pressure once again. Yes, and don't look now. Bedford, their 20-point lead has dwindled down to 4, and Guertin has possession. 4:25 to go now as Paquette gets the ball into Stack. They'll try to spread the floor. We'll see if Stack tries to go one-on-one. She does. Ball knocked out of bounds there by number 20, Catherine Pennick. Guertin will retain possession. And a great pick off the ball there as McDonald picks up her dribble. Finds Murray. Murray dribble drive. Goes into the land of the Giants and one! So finally, that offensive foul that's been called so many times here today, Bedford was a step slow on that one. And as a result, Murray goes to the free throw line with a chance for a 3-point play. And oh, by the way, the Bedford lead is 1. And that ball is going to stay Bedford possession. 4:06 to play here now. No call there. Could have been, but wasn't. Back out to Grogan. Grogan now with the left. Picks up her dribble. Finds Kesajanski. Into the corner. Missed shot there by Pennick. Offensive rebound, King. King! Offensive foul! Going the other way! Feet were set in the paint. King a little aggressive. And it looks like that is going to do it, as Isabella King has fouled out of this game. Sophia Leguillon checks back in. 19 points, I believe, on the day for King. 1 point lead for Bedford. Good penetration, good kick out. McDonald. Good patience now. Up and in, and don't look now. Guertin has just taken the lead, 55-54. Nice backdoor pass. Piece of it gotten there on the floor. Bedford will retain possession. And the building starts to collapse around us. Good denial defense there. But Sophia up to the challenge, keeps it. Now Grogan will take I think she may have been looking for Pennick underneath. And now for the first time all day, Bedford will extend the full court. 3 minutes to go here in regulation. Guertin with a 1 point lead. They reverse it quickly and they break the press. They don't have the numbers. They kick it out. McDonald, Yahtzee! McDonald from the corner, three-bagger. And another steal by Guertin. And up and in and under, no good. But 2 free throws coming for Olivia Murray. 58-54, BG, 2:38 to play. And once again, check the body language out from both teams. A tale of two halves, without question. And I think you're seeing here today why these two teams are arguably the best two in the state and would probably be the odds-on favorite to meet again later on down the road. It has been my pleasure calling the game here for you here this afternoon. And it has been nothing short of exciting. Jason Roby working for the highlight guy, Steve Cody and Deb Cody on the camera. I apologize, Deb, I keep kicking the bleacher. I'm sure but that would give the impression that this place is rocking and rolling, I guess, as if the stands were filled. I hope all of you back home are enjoying this one being brought to you live. Want to obviously thank the highlight guy, Steve Cody, for streaming this. I'm sure the Guertin fans and parents and family members are enjoying this one, as there certainly was not a lot to cheer about in the early going. Murray getting the friendly roll there, hits the first. Mumpini checks back in. We'd have to look at the scoring drought, but it's been pretty significant here for Bedford. They've been locked in at 54 for quite some time, as the second one is knocked down by Murray. Guertin, of course, keeping the press on, as they always do. Quick hands, Mumpini. Ooh, looked like she dragged that pivot foot. No call there. Going for the steal there was Stack, and they're going to say Bedford retains possession. McDonald has position on Stack. No call there. Stack with 4 fouls, just puts her arms up. Another rebound. And Stack really relegated to just standing there with her arms up with 4 fouls. And Leguillon, the other freshman player, will go to the line, looks like for 2. Oh, they are calling the foul on, I think they're calling it on Okay, well, a nice hand there for Stack. I thought the foul was not on Stack. I thought it was on somebody else. But that's why I'm up here and not down there. So Stack fouls out. Nice free throw there made by Guertin. Still has one to go. 60-55 BG with 2:22 to play in regulation. Nice touch there. Some nice pressure shots. Bedford will fall back, set up in that half-court defense. And Coach Crate going to call timeout and talk it over. 2:18 to play here in regulation. Bishop Guertin with a 4-point lead over the host Bedford Bulldogs, 60-56. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is going to be a fantastic ending. And hopefully it does end in regulation because I got a couple of pizzas waiting for me. But I'll tell you what a tale of two halves this was. It looked in the early going like Guertin was playing in quicksand for part of the game. They just couldn't get anything going. They were being dominated on the boards. Their press was being carved up like a knife through butter. And it looked like there were no answers. And they come out in the second half, and suddenly they're fronting and backing McCarthy down on the post. They're playing defense. They're hustling. They pick up the pace. They pick up the speed and the intensity by which they're playing. And as a result from that intensity, they just chipped away at that Bedford lead. And the basket had a lid on it for the Bulldogs, not to mention the turnovers from that press. And Guertin squeaked back into it. And next thing you knew, Guertin has a 4-point lead with 2 minutes and 12 seconds to play. McDonald now gets the ball back up to Murray. Murray finds Paquette. Megan Stack has fouled out of this game, as has King. So the two premier players for each team will be watching this one from the bench as the foul is called on the floor. Murray will go back to the line. So as mentioned, Isabella King and Megan Stack, the two premier players in the state of New Hampshire, relegated to bench duty here as both have fouled out in the fourth quarter. Paquette knocks down the first. And I will say, I think conditioning has played a part in this game. As she knocks down the second one, does Paquette. Conditioning may be a factor here in the second half as Guertin playing at such a frenetic pace the entire time, and maybe getting a little tired was Bedford, but as I say that, they go back to McCarthy, who picked up her first bucket of this fourth quarter. And they'll pull it back out, 4-point lead, 1:34 to play. We'll see what Guertin tries to do, a near steal there for Grogan. McDonald now, almost a backcourt, finds Murray. Murray now between the legs, and a reach in there. Aggressive foul by Marina Braga. So they're going to put Murray back on the line. By my count today, 5 for 7 is Murray from the stripe. She knocks down the first one, does Murray. And gets the shooter's touch on the second. 64-58, a 6-point lead for Guertin. And they're going to call foul on Murray. Looked like Grogan may have just tripped there. Referees are going to say she had a little bit of help. So Sydney Grogan will go to the line for a pair of free throws here. First one rattles out. 1 minute, 13 seconds to play here in regulation. 64-58 Guertin. She knocks down the second. Big shot there for Grogan. Now Bedford extending the pressure. They try to get the trap. They can't do it. Guertin reverses the floor. That's exactly how you beat the pressure. That's exactly how you beat the press. They'll kick it around half court. We'll see if they just play keep away for the next 55 seconds. An easy look there. And Olivia Murray had a free look at the basket, but knew what she needed to do, hold that ball and wait to get fouled, and she does. So she'll go back to the line. 7 out of 9 for Murray, and if I am not mistaken, I don't want to jinx her. After missing her first 2, she has made 7 straight, and fouling out now was Sophia Mumpini. That's her 5th foul, so she'll take a seat on the bench. As cool as the other side of the pillow for Murray on that first one. Knocks down the second. Gonna have to, Guertin should hold on and win this one. You're gonna look at Murray's free throw shooting here in the 4th quarter as the difference maker. Great help defense there by Guertin, as McCarthy showing some strength, ripping that ball out. Bedford will keep possession. Huge possession here for Bedford. They have to come away with something as they front McCarthy. And they're going to call foul, I believe, on Caitlin Wheeler. Little too close for comfort there, so Lana McCarthy's going to go to the line. The beneficiary. A couple of free throws here. Knocks down the first, does McCarthy. The Guertin lead is 6. Front rims the second. Rebound by the Cardinals. Paquette now in the backcourt. And she's going to get called for the foul is Sydney Grogan. Would have been well advised to just keep moving your feet, but have to stop the clock at some point. Paquette now going to the line. Try and extend this Guertin lead to 7. First one is good. One has to think conditioning, a major factor here in this second half. And the depth also of Guertin. Hits the second, does Paquette. 8-point lead, 27 seconds to play here. Dribble drive, and a nice shot there, up and in by the Guertin. Pretty looking shot. Paquette gonna get called for the travel, too many steps. So Bedford down 6 with 18 seconds to play. We'll see if Bedford has some kind of a 3-point play set up here. Referee's mistake on that. Three-point shot, front rim, rebound, Bedford, and good! And that was Marina Braga, Johnny on the spot, getting that offensive rebound. It was a front iron shot. Initially there, it looked like Ava Dubois. Braga got it, but Paquette now to the line. 9 seconds left, 4-point lead for Guertin. And back irons the first. This is a huge shot coming up here for Paquette. Knocks down the second. Timeout on the floor. So here is your scenario. 9.9 seconds left in regulation. Guertin is nursing a 5-point lead, 69-64. They've come all the way back down from 20 points. They've been down by 20 points several times here today, but would not go away. Chipped into that lead in the second half, and now are leading by 5. Once again, you can see why these two teams are the favorites to make it to the championship game. Obviously, the season is still early, and both of these teams have a lot of things I'm sure both coaches will want to correct, changes they may want to make, but very impressive rosters here, both of these teams. They'll inbound the ball, and they'll take a shot, and it's going to be intercepted there. And that should just about do it as Guertin kicks it around. 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's going to do it. And a comeback of epic proportions as Guertin comes back from 20-plus down to win the game 69-64 here on the home court of Bedford High School. And you can see the exuberation on the young squad as they celebrate underneath the far basket. And this is a game that Bedford clearly had in hand going into the second half. And Guertin made a couple of changes, maybe notched up the intensity a little bit, and it made all the difference in the world. Just the second game of the year for Guertin and the first game of the year for Bedford. Bedford will go to 0-1. Guertin will go to 2-0. A lot of basketball left to be played, but as I've said a couple of times already, I would not be surprised if at the end of this thing, these are the last two teams standing, and they are playing once again for a state title at the end of the season. Folks, it's been my pleasure calling this game for you. Be sure to tune in on Tuesday the 19th at 6:30 when Bishop Guertin will host Londonderry High School. Londonderry will come in with an 0-1 record. They lost to Wyndham. And Bedford is going to be hosting Concord High School at 6:30 as well. So these two teams, again, in my opinion, on a collision course to meet down the road. Ladies and gentlemen, for Deb Cody and Steve Cody, the highlight guy, this is Jason Roby signing off, saying see you next week.